Tea brokers are set to lose half of the percentage they earn from tea sold at the Mombasa auction. This is one of the things contained in the final regulations that will govern the tea sector. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya says the new regulations will overhaul the sector and improve earnings for small-scale farmers. Lilian Kiarie, has that report.
Value chain players in the tea industry, such as brokers and the privately owned Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA, are set to lose billions of shillings following new industry reforms that will see them relinquishing some of the power and influence they have yielded for years. With KTDA processing and marketing 60% of Kenya's tea and a handful of power brokers running the show at the Mombasa auction, smallholder farmers have for years felt that their voices were muffled and the income in their pockets not reflecting their output. Agriculture CS Peter Munya says the new tea regulations will fix the problem.
All teas processed and manufactured in Kenya for the export market, with the exception of orthodox and the purple teas, shall, within 2 months from the date of commencement of these regulations, be offered for sale exclusively at the auction floor. Consequently, sale of tea by private treaty is outlawed.
The mandatory requirement of the automation of the Mombasa tea auction is set to ensure transparency and loosen KTDA's tight grip, as the agency has often been accused of using its dominant position to influence prices at the auction.
KTDA has created all those subsidiaries. Some are even created to buy equipment, the latest. That's what KTDA is supposed to be doing. They are thinking, what other burden can we put on the farmer? Oh, this is farmers' money.
To address the structural challenges eating into farmers' earnings, registered tea brokers have been blocked from offering tea brokerage services to more than 15 tea factories.
The total fees for tea brokers at the auction shall be 0.75% of the gross value of tea sold at the auction, with the Tea Factory Limited Company paying 0.2% and tea buyers paying 0.55% of this amount, respectively.
Proceeds from sale of tea will be required to be remitted to the Tea Factory Company's account within 14 days.
Tea buyers, exporters licensed before the coming into effect of these regulations shall value at least 40% of their annual tea exports in 8 years.
The one man, one vote democratic principle in the election of tea directors for tea factories serving smallholder tea farmers has also been effected. Directors for smallholder tea factories will only serve for a maximum of 6 years. The one-third gender rule of directors in a factory will be mandatory, and the agency management services for smallholder tea factory will cost no more than 1.5% of the gross value of teas sold at the auction. The importance of the tea sector cannot be downplayed, noting that last year, tea was the second foreign exchange earning commodity for the country, contributing about 113 billion shillings. Munya has also rubbished claims by all those saying that he's not in capacity to make the reforms, telling those rattled by these reforms to go read the Crops Act, which gives him the mandate to make these changes. Lilian Kiarie, NTV.